Seville, Spain. As you can see, there's rides all over the place. Free booze. Every piece of everything has been bought by Microsoft, and the Xbox logo shamelessly plastered on it.
That's how you did.
Like that.
Whoa. Whew, was that fun or what? Right, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to those of you who this is your first Xbox experience. And welcome to those of you, especially warm welcome to those of you who joined us last year for X01. We did have the challenge of trying to go one better, and I hope so far we're living up to our own expectations at least. The thing that we want to do tonight is, as we've done in previous years, we're trying to establish with you that we have a long-term commitment to being successful in the video games industry. It's been a long time since, there's a lot happened since the last event that we held, something like a year ago. Xbox has gone in Europe from a promise to a reality. We've learned a lot. We've learned an awful lot. One of the things that we learned from our plans was that our advertising has been very well received. The advert that you saw being projected on the water in the lake is something we codenamed as Champagne. That particular advert has won some very prestigious awards, including at the Cannes Lions. It won its category, best in category. And in fact, it was marginally pipped for the best advert in the world last year. So we're very, very proud. And it's seen in the effects that if we do our market research, our brand awareness amongst the gaming community for the Xbox brand lies at in excess of 97%. So we're very, very proud of the impact that our advertising has had so far. We've also learned that the importance of our portfolio and having a great portfolio is still the key to winning in the games industry. And that's one of the key things that we want to share with you this evening and tomorrow, for those of you who join us, is just the great portfolio of games. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. We've also learned some very key things, that you have to get your pricing right. And yeah. But we've learned, and I hope you're all with us, that we are now behind getting Xbox in the market at the right price. In fact, our recent price adjustment that we had only a few weeks ago has had a very marked effect on sales. I'm very proud to say that in using the public data that's available from GfK and ChartTrack, that in the UK, France, and Germany, we seem to have established ourselves as the #2 player in the video console business. That's a position that we're very, very proud of at this stage, and we're very, very determined to stay there, if not improve upon that. And how are we going to stay there? It's the Xbox difference that matters. It's superior graphics, it's superior audio, it's the hard drive, and ultimately, it's the experience that online is going to deliver to the games that we think are going to continue to make Xbox the very successful and leading-edge games platform. Let me talk a little bit about what that means. In the short term, the way I like to think of it is we're heading for a green Christmas. There's certainly plenty of green light here this evening, and we do like to think that we will have a very, very successful Christmas period. And that success comes from many aspects of that portfolio that I mentioned earlier. It's important that we have those key franchises on our platform. And as you look around the exhibitions tonight, which of course I encourage you to do, you'll see titles like FIFA 2003, which I believe may be one of the first public showings, Harry Potter franchise from Electronic Arts, and titles like Metal Gear Solid Substance, which I believe is being shown in Europe for the first time as well. But the difference really gets emphasized when you look at those titles, which have been developed for and exist exclusively on Xbox. For me, just a couple of those titles, like Panzer Dragoon, Sega GT from Sega, I think really do start to show that the development community are understanding how they can exploit those leading-edge graphics and audio that are available to them on Xbox. Further to that, though, there are other titles which, well, in that group as well, I would mention Splinter Cell from Ubisoft. Yves, Guillemot is going to come and talk to you a lot more this evening about the challenges and opportunities that they've seen in developing that particular title for Xbox. Going further than that, we're starting to see titles in a different mold. Even for this Christmas, we'll see titles that exist exclusively because we have a hard drive in every Xbox that's shipped. That's titles like Champ Manager from Eidos, and again, this evening you'll see the 2002, 2003 version of Champ Manager. And really, Xbox is the only console in which that can exist because of the benefits that are derived from having a hard drive. Further to that, we have from our own Microsoft first-party game studios a title called Blinks. Blinks is a platform title, many of you may be aware of that, but which uses time for the first time, a fourth dimension that we're bringing into video games. So I'm very excited, looking forward to having a very green Christmas with some of these key titles. But frankly, it doesn't finish at Christmas. There's the new year and the future beyond that. And increasingly, we're seeing more and more titles that are exploiting more and more that Xbox difference. Peter Molyneux is going to come and talk to us about increasingly how he's seeing the creativity that he can get into what he believes will be the future of role-playing games and beyond, and how Xbox is enabling that. But then when I look even further and I look at what online can deliver, and we are going to talk a lot about online announcements over the next day as well, and how we're delivering the online experience in Europe. But in some of the key partnerships there, again, Yves is going to talk about how Ubisoft are delivering online content in their titles. And just as significantly, we have another guest speaker, Jay Wilbur from Epic Games, talking about how excited he is about what he can do with Unreal Championship on the Xbox platform, and why that's a title they've developed exclusively, in this case, for the Xbox platform. So, frankly, it's about content, and I think the best thing I can do at this stage is introduce you to the gentleman who's responsible as Vice President for content, the guy who's got the games in the palm of his hand. I'd like to introduce Mr. Ed Fries from Microsoft. Ed.
Thanks, Sandy. Thanks a lot, you guys. It's great to be here. I don't know, Sandy, it's a lot like last year. You and I were up on a stage like this, and I don't know about you, but I was pretty nervous. I mean, we had all these titles we hadn't shown to anyone before. Actually, we didn't have that many titles, and I wasn't even sure how people would react to them. I wasn't sure if we were going to have any launch titles at all. Now, this year, we've got the opposite problem. With more than 175 games out for holiday, we have the challenge for us was deciding which games to show. So, you know, it's really great to be here tonight and to talk about all the different genres that are going to be available on the Xbox. We have everything. I mean, we've got great platform games like Toe Jam and Earl. We've got from our friends at Sega. We've got Blinks. In the action category, Ubisoft Splinter Cell is amazing. You've got to check it out. We've got a great video for you later. It just won ECTS Best Game of the Show, and it's available exclusively on the Xbox this holiday. Action games like Unreal Championship, Mech Assault, and great racing games like Sega GT and Quantum Redshift from Microsoft Game Studios. Those are just a few of the great games that are going to be available this holiday. But, you know, that's just the start. There's more than 300 games in development around the world now for Xbox. And that to me is amazing. I mean, I'd really like to take a few minutes and just kind of talk about the industry, about where we're going. Because for me, this is the golden age. I mean, this is really the golden age of gaming. This is now a $23 billion business. And at a time when the record business is shrinking, movies are flat, our business is slated to grow 20% over the next couple of years. That's really incredible. It's really got me thinking. I mean, the other thing that's really got me thinking is, well, I'm now a dad for the first time. So, thank you. There he is. There's my baby. In fact, mom and baby here for X02. We brought them out. So, see, I'm totally shameless. There they are. His name is Xander. It even starts with an X, so you know that's pretty sad. But you know, Xander's really got me thinking about you know, what is this business all about? What are we trying to do here? You know, we're really creating a new form of entertainment. I mean, we're taking the world's greatest artists and we're combining them with the world's greatest programmers, the world's most technical people. We're bringing those two things together to create a new form of entertainment that's fundamentally more compelling than anything that's come before it. You know, and so when I think about Xander, you know, when I think about what are our ultimate goals, I guess for me it's, you know, when he's my age, when he looks back at all the forms of entertainment that he's enjoyed growing up, you know, what are the biggest memories that he has? You know, what are the great books he read or the great movies that he's seen? And I hope if we do our job right, that games will be right up there in his mind with those, that he will have had some amazing gaming experiences. And what's great about games is we can do things with games that you can't do with any other form of entertainment. We can make him the hero, and that's really what makes it special for me. You know, and you're starting to see that with games like Halo, games like, well, what Peter Molyneux is going to show a little later today. And, you know, that's what it's exciting to me, to see this new medium emerge. Now, I promised I would do some big announcements here at the show, and I'm going to get into that section of my talk right now. The first is I'd like to show you guys, this will be the European debut of our announcement for Project Gotham Racing 2. It'll be out next holiday, and it takes the great Project Gotham franchise, which has already sold more than 1 million copies around the world, and it brings in the new Enzo Ferrari, which is a great new car, and it takes the franchise online for the first time, which is really exciting. So let's take a look at that video.
You're listening to Gotham Radio. Gotham Radio. It's vulgar and offensive.
What's up, New York?
Gotham Radio.
It's just noise. It's just can't take it. You better know what you're saying.
Radio.
It's just noise.
Thank you. Thanks to our friends at Bizarre Creations for putting that together. And now I'd like to make a big announcement. I've been saving it here for Europe, and I hope you're as excited as I am about it. This is well, it's a new game that's exclusive to the Xbox. We've been developing it for 2 years out of Climax Studios, and I wanted to save it for you guys as a surprise. It's going to be the first really epic RPG out for the Xbox in about 6 months, and here it is. It's a game called Sudeki.
I have heard tell of a distant land. A land where light breeds shadow. From cliff to village, darkness threatens. The old champions, they have fallen. Now new heroes must heed the call. Challengers of the dark. They are warriors who travel in the light and battle the shadow.
Thank you. I'm glad I could share that with you here today. Climax has done just an incredible job. I mean, though all those graphics you see, all the fight scenes, that's all in-engine graphics. So it just shows what this next generation of Xbox games is going to look like. I mean, the game developers are just starting to figure out the true power in this box, and you're really starting to see it emerge. And to me, that's very exciting. I tell you, one of the people who's at the forefront of that, one of the people who's really going to lead that movement is our next speaker, and I'm very honored to have a chance to introduce him here today. He's one of the world's greatest game designers. Please help me welcome Peter Molyneux.
Well, good evening to you all. Here we are in a theme park, which obviously is a special thing for me, having done a little game called Theme Park before, and it is amazingly cool to be here in front of you all. I'm going to be showing and talking a little bit about two games that we've got in production, one which was called Project Ego and is now called Fable, and one which we're showing for the first time in Europe called BC. And both these games we're trying to make just slightly different. We're trying to put things in these games that no one has ever seen before. So I'd like you to just have a look at a little brief trailer that we put together on Fable, and then I'll talk a bit about it. So have a look at this.
Albion, a place of tranquility and peace. Where only the brave venture far. Afraid of the danger that lurks beneath. Civilization is under threat. Vast lands, tainted by an ancient evil. Evil so destructive that no one dares speak out.
You were born to
Take up the challenge. From the very beginning, your life will be one of choices. Live by the sword or by sheer cunning. Choose the path of honor or infamy. To become the most powerful of them all. Your face will be shaped by your past. The future, shaped by you.
Fable, the power to become a legend.
So that's Fable. What it basically is about is a role-playing game where you get to play the role of a hero. And this is what we really wanted to make people to feel like they were playing the role of a hero, whatever hero you want to be. Now, some of our testers are pretty mean, cruel people, and they've been shown to be pretty mean, cruel heroes. And that's what is at the core of this game. If you want to go into this world and kill everyone you see, if you want to see someone walking down the road and just like their clothes, you should be able to kill them. If that's the sort of hero you want to be, if you want to be a nice knight, avatar sort of person that wants to, you know, treat everything right, that's the hero that you can be within Fable. And that is something that the Xbox has allowed us to do because we have the power to save the world as it goes along. And that's what makes Fable so interesting. The other game that we're going to be showing is BC. And to put it simply, BC, the ambition for BC is to make it the most brutal, primitive, primal game that you've ever seen. I want there to be just gallons of blood, not gallons of blood, swimming pool loads of blood. When two dinosaurs fight, I want people's stomachs to be turned. When they come back from the pub after having a nice curry, I want them to feel like that curry coming back up again, because those are the sort of emotions that we can pull out, and that's the sort of next generation steps that we're taking. It's not only next generation hardware we've got now, it's next generation software, and that's the important thing. And you know, some of the stuff that Ed's shown and some of the other stuff that you're going to see, which I've already seen, does look cool, and you can just start to see the future of what is going to be possible on consoles. And this freedom allows us to make games that are personal to every person who plays it, rather than games that you play through a script. It means that we can make games where you can go in and try and kill every dinosaur, where you can try and train a Triceratops Rex. You're not going to have much luck there, but you can try it. I mean, and that's the point. That's what we're trying to get to here. So it's a very cool time. I'm going to be showing it all tomorrow and also in the Unplugged sessions, and I hope you like it. I think we're going to have some few surprises for those people who have seen it before, and those people who haven't, I'm sure they'll like it. Anyway, I'd like to introduce now someone which I'm sure you all know. His name is Allard, and he is famous not only for creating the Xbox, for coming up with Xbox Live, but also for apparently going to ride the roller coaster with 2 bottles of vodka. Please welcome Allard.
Let it be known here that that only came about after Peter promised to do it naked. You know, it was only 3 years ago when a group of 20 gathered in Redmond, Washington, with the idea and the dream to shape the future of digital entertainment. We based that dream on some fundamental beliefs. First, that we believe that software and entertainment will fundamentally merge, and entertainment will become a software business. Our belief that gaming will be a pioneering medium in the field of digital entertainment and has the potential to become so much more than it already is today. Our belief that the potential of gaming will not be fully realized, just like the personal computer, until gaming becomes online. And so when we conceived the Xbox, we set out not just to design the most powerful gaming console in the world, but we designed it with infinite extensibility in mind. Unprecedented in this industry. We built in the hard disk. We built in Ethernet. We built in the capability to add up to 4 voice communicator headsets with every console. And most importantly, we embarked on an incredibly ambitious project that we call Xbox Live. It's with Xbox Live that we're going to take our software experience and our service experience and thrust gaming forward into the future. We made the bet on broadband very early. Some would argue too early, and many have questioned whether or not this was a wise decision. I stand here today more convinced and more confident than ever that we made exactly the right decision. With nearly 10,000 gamers on Xbox Live today, the feedback has been unanimous. The experience that gamers want and demand broadband. Gamers want the episodic content. They crave being able to play with large groups of people. It's become very apparent to us, very clear, that the voice capabilities supported in every single Xbox Live game brings a social experience of gaming to life. Once you experience online gaming with voice, it's a place you'll never want to go back to. When it comes right down to it, we decided that narrowband was fundamentally like sucking pizza through a straw. And recent events by other systems have certainly confirmed that. Xbox Live is not just a one-year dream, though. Far from it. The beauty of taking gaming online and creating this platform is that the platform can evolve every single year rather than every 5 years. And our service approach is not just as important to gamers to make it simple for them, but perhaps more important for the creative folks like Peter that are going to be taking the pain. We're taking the pain out of online development for folks like Peter in the development and the hosting and allowing them to focus and realize their creative visions for all of us to enjoy. As you'll see, over the next 2 days, our service allows the development community to really focus on those new experiences for gamers and not worry about the operations, the deployment, or server development each year. They can really focus on the experience and count on those capabilities to evolve every single year, and every single year our gamer base will emerge and grow as a result of these great new experiences. I believe that in 5 years, every important gaming will be online. And this holiday season, we plan to start that journey in earnest. Let's have a look at some of the unreal games that are going to be coming to the service this year. This year, just 1 year after the launch of the console, we're laying that critical foundation that the game industry will begin to build on. For starters, we've taken what's already the most powerful consumer electronics product in the world, and we're adding over 950 teraflops of computing power, and that'll be in 4 data centers around the world. While others have been busy off writing press releases about fancy grid computing, we've actually gone out and assembled a grid of computers around the world with our partners so that we can deliver a fantastic experience this year. And as thousands of beta testers will tell you, it's far from an experiment. Xbox Live is truly an experience. The features offered in the service this year really mirror the demands and the dreams of gamers and creators worldwide. We've created a system that we call gamer tags that allow gamers to build their reputation online across all games, across all publishers. Not a different name for every game. And the gamer tag system takes it to the next level, where you can find your friends playing games, no matter what game they're playing, no matter what publisher the games come from. And when looking for new friends, we'll pair you off using our sophisticated matchmaking system with gamers of similar interests or similar abilities. And voice support means in every single game that you can collaborate or you can compete with your friends or opponents without ever leaving the action. Of course, the built-in hard drive brings a little bit to Xbox Live. Gamers really crave that episodic content and can be assured that they can stay current with statistics, with the content, and all the challenges that the developers come up and offer up through the online service. And all of this is just the beginning. Each year, Xbox Live will expand and evolve with new features that the game designers take to the very next level. By the time we launch Xbox Live on the anniversary of the console launch, we'll have had over 50,000 gamers on the beta. Now, for any of you that have had that rare opportunity to attend a World Cup match or a Formula One event, you can understand just how large a community that is. And that's just where we're started. I'm confident that Xbox Live will quickly become the world's largest online gaming community in just a few short years. And together with our partners, we'll bring new experiences to more gamers than ever before. I invite you to join me over the next 2 days and experience an early glimpse at that vision that we call the Xbox Live experience. Over the next several years, collectively with our partners, we will change the way that games are played forever.
Good evening. Okay, you heard the vision. You heard the strategy. I'm not here to repeat it with a French accent, so what I'm here for is really tell you how we're going to roll out Xbox Live in Europe, how we're going to make it successful. And we've got some challenges, right? Language, cultures, countries, access, with one objective in mind. We want to make sure that each person that subscribes to Xbox Live has got the best customer experience wherever they play. We've got ambitions as well. We want to roll out Xbox Live in most of the European countries between now and the end of the year 2003. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by phases. And actually, we already started. We started last week. We've got already 300 people in the UK, France, and Germany that are playing Xbox Live. They can't stop playing. They can't stop talking about it as well. Great experience that we're going to learn from for the next phase. Second date, 30th of October. 30th of October, this is when we're going to start our consumer beta in the UK, France, and Germany. And we're inviting 3,000 people to join this beta phase. First come, first serve. They will have to go to a website and register, and the URL of this website is not secret, but is in your press release. 1 month later, 30th of November, we'll open up. We'll start our test drive phase, where more people will be able to play, more people that have bought games at retail supporting Xbox Live will be able to enjoy online gaming. And the big milestone is the 14th of March 2003. 1 year after we've launched the console in Europe, we are going to launch Xbox Live at retail in 8 countries: UK, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Sweden. Hey, don't worry, if you're not part of the first 8, we'll announce as well a new wave of countries by the end of this calendar year. So, what will people get? Well, let me show you. This is a starter pack. So, for the price of a game, for 59 euros or 39 pounds, people will get 12 months subscription to Xbox Live, the Xbox communicator that allows you to talk whilst you play, and as well 2 pack-in games, Whacked and MotoGP. Pretty good offer, right, for a starter pack. The other aspect of running Xbox Live in Europe, and it's important, it's about partnership. We are committed to develop the best partnership with the broadband providers in each of the countries when we are going to release Xbox Live. And I'm proud to announce for the first time tonight that we've got agreement in the UK with British Telecom, NTL, and Telewest. And in France with Wanadoo and News. And if you want about Germany, just stay tuned. Probably in a few weeks' time, we're going to have something else to say. Finally, and just to let the other people talk, it's all about games. We've already talked about that. We'll talk more about this. You'll be able to experience more live product during the next 2 days. We've got 60 developers and publishers developing Xbox Live-enabled games across the world. Between now and the end of the year 2003, we will have released 50 games supporting Xbox Live. But hey, for now, just now, between now and the end of this calendar year, in Europe, we'll have 5 games will support Xbox Live. From the Microsoft Game Studio, Make Assault. From Ubisoft, Ghost Recon. From Sega, NBA and NHL 2003. And from Infogram, Unreal Championship.
Kick-ass, huh? How'd you like that? All right, well, I'm Jay Wilbur with Epic Games, and before I get going to talking about Unreal Championship, I want to recognize James Schmaltz and Meredith Braun from Digital Extremes, the folks who make this fine product. They're out there somewhere. I have no idea where they're at. I can't see a thing. But, hey, you'll be able to get some quality one-on-one time with these folks tomorrow at the Developer Unplugged section. Now, listen, I got one question for y'all. You want some? Yes, you do, don't you? Well, with Unreal Championship, Epic Games, Digital Extremes, Infogrames, in concert with Microsoft's Xbox and the live online service, we're here to give you some. Epic and Digital Extremes were brought into the hardware spec for the Xbox quite early. It was immediately clear to all of us that the combination of the high-end hardware spec, including the very important decision to include a hard drive and a broadband connection, it was very clear to us that Microsoft made this console for us in our games. Now you marry that high-end hardware spec with Microsoft's live online service, the only comprehensive console online gaming solution in existence. And it was clear that we had to provide a product for this platform. Now my setup notes, when they sent them to me in email, they strongly suggested that I pick one aspect of the live service to focus on. Something that I found stand out amazing. Now, while all of Live is a joy and a pleasure to work and play with, if I have to pick one thing to drill into, I have to pick the communicator. The communicator is the Xbox Live's in-game voice solution, and it's amazing. The first time I used it, I had that oh my God experience. That same oh my God experience that we all had the very first time we played an online game. And when you try it, you're going to have that experience. It's that good. It's that cool. It works that well. Now, the communicator adds two very important and very unique things to the play, to the live service. It adds a social dynamic. Players, friends can have game-relevant or game-irrelevant conversation over the net. But it also adds a tactical dynamic to the play. We're going to see teams of people playing together to quickly learn to use the communicator to their tactical advantage. In time, I suspect this innovative solution to the live service will be one of the highlights of every player's experience. And this is important. This all happens without the player ever leaving the gaming environment. It's all in the game, and that's very, very cool. When you try it, you're going to have an oh my God experience. Now, one question that we're asked quite often is why we elected to make Unreal Championship exclusive to the Xbox. It's a very good question, and I'm glad you all asked. Well, the very simple answer is the Xbox is currently the only platform that can support Digital Extreme and Epic's vision for this product. It not only fulfills our requirement for engaging high-end play, but it solidly delivers on our demand for a fast, fluid, and well-thought-out online solution. Live doesn't just make a difference. Live is the difference. So I'm going to ask y'all once more. Y'all want some? Yes, you do. Of course you do. Well, I'll tell you what. Get Xbox, get Unreal Championship, get Live, and get some. That's my pleasure right now to introduce a very well-protected Yves Guillemot from Ubisoft, who's here to give you some more.
It looks good. Thank you. So, hello everybody. So after the creator's voice, I think we need the publisher's voice. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the designers of the Xbox. Those guys are really bringing a machine that is helping us to create great games, and it gives us the opportunity to really have fun with it. So our team in Montreal, who developed Splinter, spent a wonderful time on the Xbox to give the possibility for the graphic limits to be, totally different from what it used to be. So now the game on the console you will see today is very different from what you ever seen graphically. The Xbox is a brilliant console with good memory capacities, numerous graphic and sound possibilities, and great online function, as it was said earlier. We designed Splinter Cell to take advantage of all those great features. So the stealth games will not be the same anymore. In Splinter Cell, we succeeded in implementing some fantastic special effects. The use also of the dynamic light and shadow system allows us to bring stealth action games to a new level. So, but before you play the very latest version tonight, let's see what we can show you on the video. So what do you think? Ready to play? We are also looking to take advantage of the Xbox Live service to extend real-life experience of Splinter Cell to the online gamers. We are going to supply the gamers with new maps online and also extra content, and a lot more that we will tell later. Online gaming is one of the most exciting developments in our industry, and we strongly support online strategy, and I know we have been doing that for 3 years now, and we are developing lots of massively multiplayer games and also multiplayer online games that you will see very soon. The first in this series is the one you will see now for console. It's the Ghost Recon PC that we spoke about a bit earlier. It's now coming on Xbox with all the online capacity, but with a very simple access thanks to the Xbox Live. Tom Clancy Ghost Recon will be the first online console game for Ubisoft. The team-based concept of Tom Clancy Ghost Recon is perfectly adapted to the Xbox Live system. Allowing up to 16 players online, it will bring a whole new experience to console gamers. With large-scale battles and the possibility to communicate with other gamers via the communicators, you will get really something totally fresh and new. So now it's possible to play a great multiplayer game on a machine that costs only $249. If you compare with a PC, that's really a good price. So it will now become affordable to a lot more players to play online, and for the guys who play online, you know how great it will be for them. So I hope you will enjoy Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon tonight, and we have done a lot to make it, and I hope you will love it. So thanks very much. I will now give the speech to Sandy Duncan, who is going to come on stage. Thanks very much.
Wait. Just wait a minute, Sandy. Before you get up, we've got like the world's greatest press here. We've got great press from all over the world, and there's something I've been dying to say to them. I mean, I'm probably going to have a couple hundred interviews, I don't know, over the next few weeks, and this is just a great chance to get it all out in front of you guys. For the last 2 years, this project has just been haunted with rumors. There's been rumors and speculation. Microsoft buying Sega, Microsoft buying Vivendi, Square, you know, you name the company, we've been accused of buying them. You know, the latest rumor is what? Rare, that Microsoft's buying Rare. I just wanted to come up before Sandy finishes and say in front of all of you, well, it's true.
Again? Oh,
up?
Well, you're telling your son got into Xbox Live thing.
This guy. What's he talking about? I can't understand the word. Right, that's it. Okay, passport, out of the way. Yes, here we go. Marvelous. What's this? Ooh, let's see you here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to formally announce that Rare is joining the Microsoft family. Thank you. Thank you. Couldn't be more excited. I mean, for so many of us, Rare is just, it's defined gaming. I mean, the numbers are incredible. For more than 20 years, they've been building some of the very best games. I mean, 90 million games sold by Rare in 20 years. In the last 5 years alone, over $1 billion in retail revenue generated from Rare franchises. It's just incredible. You know, and more importantly, there's the great characters that Rare has built. You know, whether it's Banjo-Kazooie, Conker, you know, Blast Corps, Perfect Dark, Killer Instinct, and soon to be Kameo. It's just there's nobody like Rare in this business. For me personally, I've spent countless hours playing and enjoying Rare games, and now just to think that we will be working together is honestly for me a dream come true. I was talking with Peter earlier, and I think he said it best when he said simply that they were here before all of us. And you know, we all learned from them. We're actually very, very lucky tonight. I think many of you know that it's very unusual for the Rare guys to show up in public, but we do have Chris and Tim Stamper here in a very rare public appearance. I think if you all clap, they'll be brave enough to come out. Please welcome Chris and Tim. There you are. Congratulations. Hey, that's great. Hey, I got a shirt. All right.
No, no.
Okay, we can get a few pictures. Sandy, you want to come up? And I don't know, we'll get pictures, all four of us. Whoops. Lose my mic, that's okay. Okay, thank you guys. Why don't you stay up here with me, and we will to announce the game. I'm like, mic off. The first game that will be coming from Rare to Xbox in just a few short months. Here it is, the first video showing, a game called Kameo. Thank you very much.
Once upon a time, there was a land of magic and beauty where peace reigned. Only now, darkness casts its shadow, threatening to turn all to chaos and destruction. must take up the challenge. Only you have the power to master the elements, to wield the forces of nature, and restore the balance.
Well, there we go. I said earlier that I wanted to demonstrate to you that we really are determined to succeed in this business. And I think that's a fantastic piece of evidence that we really are very, very keen. But being determined for success isn't just the big things. There are some little things that we have to change as well, and little things we have to introduce. One of the other announcements we're making this week is, as of November 1st, this thing which is known as Controller S, or the smaller controller that we developed specifically initially for Japanese hands. This will be available in European retail outlets as of November the 1st as an optional accessory. So that's all the people with small hands clapping. You clap loudest. Have that one. There you go. So what are we going to do now? I do believe that we've tried to talk to you this evening about the Xbox difference and why we think that's going to be our path to success for the future. But maybe you don't believe me or Ed or anyone else, so we want you to take the opportunity this evening to join in and experience the Xbox difference. We have a range of opportunities for you this evening. We have something we do actually call the Xbox experience, our mobile truck-based demonstration system, which is right at the far end of the environment here. We have a great Xbox Live demonstration areas where you can actually play games against people who are not even sitting here in Spain this evening, if you so wish to do that. Plus, we have a whole range of very exciting titles from our third-party publishers. So there really is a lot to do this evening. There's plenty to eat and drink. And if you get bored with all of that as well, then we have a couple of guys playing a great set this evening. Probably my favorite musicians as well as DJs anywhere on the scene at the moment. Guys called Groove Armada, who will be here very, very, very shortly to entertain you as well. You like them, I do too. Okay. Somebody's going to be here. For those of you looking for press kits, they will be available here tomorrow morning. We worked out how to get you to turn up. Finally, it really just leaves me to say that we really do passionately believe in many of those brand essentials that come across in the advert. And really, we invite you for the rest of the evening and for tomorrow to see that life is a bit short. So please join us and play some more. So thank you very much indeed for your attention. Enjoy.